Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going over to XRP once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So XRP is really doing well, isn't it? We'll take a look at the charts in a moment. It's absolutely got to that expected target, that minimal target of the ascending triangle around about 0.645 cents, wasn't it? Absolutely hit that. A little bit of resistance and it's melted through that right now and it's pushing up. There is something in the charts I'm going to show you right now and we'll go through it in deeper analysis. But you know, so far so good. When people are really fearful, you know, only last month I think it was, wasn't it? The last couple of months been really fearful on XRP and the crypto markets. We had clues in other charts that I kept relaying to you on a daily basis, again against the crowd, against the herd mentality right there. We've done really well, you know, and I get loads of messages, loads of inbox messages, DMs on Twitter, equally on the Discord right there, and obviously Telegram as well. They're the communication things that you can use to get in touch with me right there, and equally, you know, all the links are on coinskid.com in the link section right there. You know, if you want to email me as well, there's an email link right there for you as well to get in touch with me. But you know, so far so good. I love to see the fact that people are making all this money. Okay, it's amazing, against the herd, against the mentality. You know, the 5-wave counter, like I said to you, the bullish divergence building up, the probabilities are increasing of this pump because of all the confluence we've seen in many other charts. Okay, not just one chart, multiple charts. So right now, you know, we knew this was coming, and this is something I kept trying to warn people and kept trying to tell them, you know, get your arse in the Discord. There are lots of beautiful setups, and again, you know, if we look at the opportunities going forward, there will be short opportunities, and as they build up I will post them. Okay, but at the minute you just got to kick back, relax, and respect the pump. So I'm getting loads of messages right now. You know, this one guy on Telegram has just messaged me this morning. He's made $49,000 at the moment. This other guy here, 179% up. Loads of people messaging me. It's absolutely amazing. So congratulations to this guy on the Telegram communication right there. Amazing. Captain F. Harlock. What a trade that is. Awesome. Let's dive into the XRP video right now. So like I've relayed to you many times before, this chart is a cheat sheet. Okay, it's an absolute cheat sheet. Get it into your, you know, your toolbox basically, and keep an eye on this chart. Any inverse correlation to, you know, what you expect for crypto, whether or not you expect it to pull back, and you're trying to find confluence in any of the charts aside from that particular chart that you're looking at, as well as, you know, break out to the upside. And this is key. This is why I've been able to nail this, you know, so well, because we've got this massive rising bearish channel, haven't we? And we broke down last year, back tested resistance, and boom, dropped. And this is why I did think, you know, come 2023 that this would be an amazing year for the CoinsKid community. Okay, and so far it has been, especially for XRP and a lot of the other altcoins as well, and especially Bitcoin. Okay, they've done really well, and like I said to you, XRP is one of the most bullish altcoins out there at the moment because of what I'm seeing in the charts, and I keep relaying this to you. It's data, not emotion. So anyway, it's doing really well. Personally, I have took profit on that ascending triangle. I'll be honest with you, not Auburn profit, but I've paid myself. Like I always said to you, technical targets, whenever you meet them, they are TP points to me. You know, 9 times out of 10 you hit that and then you roll into a correction. Okay, and then you're like, oh my god, I should have took profit of that. So pay yourself for technical targets. If you want to leave some in the kitty, fantastic, but I always like to pay myself. Okay, and I've took profit of that. So not full profit, I've left some in the bag obviously, but I've paid myself and I've done okay off that. And you know, this is something I try and teach in the space. There will be times when XRP pulls back again, and we'll try and find the reasons for that, but at the moment I think we've just got to respect the pump basically. And at the moment there are clues in this particular chart, like I said to you, that until we meet this technical target here, it's not necessarily a good idea to look for shorts and things like that, because it's risky. Okay, and this is something I do relay to you. So we've got a lot going on in this chart at the moment right now in this box. Like I relayed to you, I think a few months ago I made a video on this. We're in exactly the same point here. Okay, we're coming up in this rising channel. We've got this rising channel here, bearish breakdown to the new year, bearish breakdown into new year. So you know, at the minute I'm looking for this yellow line to be met before I make any decision, you know, whether or not, you know, to short XRP or short Bitcoin at that point or whatever. There are key levels of resistance in the charts above for XRP, which I'm going to relay to you today. Now there's a couple of scenarios that I'm looking at for XRP. I do think it's bullish because of the setup, because we've got to respect the data. Obviously we're above all that key resistance EMAs, the primary EMAs, like I relay to you on a daily basis. But there are two scenarios I'm looking at XRP. Now if it breaks the local high in July anytime soon, you know, I think we could be in a wave 3, and I'm going to go through this with you. Okay, but obviously if it runs into that, you know, prior to that and starts consolidating a range, then I think that, you know, the 131 resistance before macro correction, it could play out like that. And I'm going to go through this with you. And this is a trouble with technical analysis. You know, you have these sort of theories, one plays out and the other doesn't, and things like that. So it's all theory based, but you know, it is what it is. So far, respecting the data, respecting the herd mentality, that right there, going against the crowd, you know, we've made a lot of money, as you can see. You know, the CoinsKid crew is absolutely smashing this market. But remember, remember, you know, what goes up must come down and what goes down must come up. There will be a time in which XRP is collapsing again or correcting, because this is volatile. You know, this is volatile market space right now. So this is not necessarily the point in which you pile in. You know, you look for them pullbacks, you look for that depression, you look for that blood, you look for that opportunity that never feels like opportunity, and that's where you pile in, basically, okay, against the herd, against the mentality right there. And those times will come again. So again, patience is key with XRP. But at the moment, I think what we've got here is a very similar situation as to last year. We've got this massive rising channel, big bearish channel, like I said to you, break down into new year. I think this is a clue, basically, and it was. You know, we've seen a beautiful time for XRP and Bitcoin in the charts right there. The inverse correlation to this beautiful chart, which is a cheat sheet in my opinion. You know, we've got this meltdown here, and what happened to XRP? Absolutely bolted, didn't it? And all year the rising channel, you know, this is bearish pattern, broke down, XRP bolted again. Another little rising channel, this broke down, what happened to XRP? Bolted again. And right now we've had another little rising channel, and literally on the breakdown XRP's bolted again. So it's not rocket science. You know, at some point this will start to come down and come back up, and when it does, XRP will come back, and when it breaks down again, XRP will bolt again. So we'll ride these waves together. But at the moment, I'm just going to respect the pump, and I think, you know, until we start to see this target being met, which is this yellow line, we have just got to kind of kick back and relax, and, you know, instead of guessing where the resistance is, wait for this chart to tell us potentially, okay, where that particular resistance and the confluence in building up short positions is for XRP right there. So I'm just going to kick back, relax, and respect the pump. Now, like I said to you, I do think there's striking similarities in this chart to last year, and I've gone through this with you. The seasonality towards the end of September right there, the October break, look at that, boom, you got that resistance, you came down, made that low, okay? So I'll go through this with you. We came down, made that low, then we came up, made that high. This was this high here. Then we came down, made a new low. Look at that. We came down, made this new low. Then we come up, we made a lower high. But in this instance, everyone was falling into the trap. Like I said to you, I think it's an irregular ABC correction before another thrust to the downside. There's some kind of bull trap just there on the DXY. And at that point, some of the crypto projects were pulling back a little bit, and everyone's a little bit fearful again. But this was a little trap. There was bearish divergence, which I relayed to you there on the daily as well. And then boom, we've dropped. Now in doing so, what we've done, we've lost this low. So technically, you've got a series of lower highs and lower lows on this chart at the moment. So this is now in a downtrend, or correction back down to where you came from. So technically, respectfully, you know, we should be looking upside on crypto until the target's been met, and this is something I relay to you, okay? So I think it's a bit dangerous to jump in shorts on any of these crypto projects. We've just got to respect the pump, and that really is that simple, okay? So until we get to this technical target of 103.186 for the DXY, I would just kick back and relax, okay, and just respect the pump, basically. So again, like I said to you, I've took profit on that ascending triangle. Not all my profit. I've jumped out with some profit, paid myself, as you got to do, because like I've always said to you, technical targets are there to be met, and once they're met, pay yourself, because 9 times out of 10 you see a big retracement, you're like, oh my god, I should have paid myself. But anyway, that's a different story. So right now, what we have got in here is confluence to this particular analysis being the same here is a death cross on the 10, 20 and 55 EMA, and just there we've got the 10 and 20 EMA kicking in death cross. So in theory, you can clearly see when we broke down from that death cross, we did come back into it to backtest it before the continuation. So I'll be looking for this. I'll be looking for some kind of retracement relatively soon in the DXY to come back into the death cross, the backtest resistance, and then the continuation. Now, if we do drop like we did here into this year, then this could pave way for a massive monumental move here for XRP and a potential third wave. And I'm going to go through this with you in depth right now. There's two situations that I'm looking at for XRP. Let's dive into the XRP chart right now and see what we can see, okay? Looking at XRP on the daily time frame, at the moment, I still respect my primary count. I think we are in that until we start to see certain things. There's a couple of scenarios. Obviously, one's bearish and one's super bullish. If we start to go vertical at this point and break out the local high, then, you know, I think we'll throw my primary count out the window right there. And we're looking at a big monumental move in the sense that this could be, you know, the blow off top right now, you know, not necessarily after this pullback that I'm looking at for XRP. So, you know, what we've got here as a primary count, what I'm looking at, for those that are not familiar, we've got the 1, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, we've got the 4, we've got the 5. And then from that point, we've had an ABC from there, A, B, C, 35 to ABC. From left to right, we're consolidating a range, build up momentum, broke out right now. And all we're doing at the moment is we trace into this high, and in theory, we should find it as key resistance before consolidating a range and then going again. And then that just matches my primary count in the sense of what we've got within this wave here. This is your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3. You can start in a range like this, you know, potentially coming back 4. Everyone's super bearish. Oh no, it's going to 0. And then you break out final 5th wave, you know, for the remainder of the year right there, pushing into the new year. And we get to 131 at a minimal. That's what I'm looking at. So if that's the case, we should in theory not be breaking out this high anytime soon. And this is the theory, okay? And obviously in validation of that theory is if this continues and breaks out, then this count is out the window. And what this could actually be is a monumental wave 1, ABC wave 2, and a huge breakout for the remainder of the year, leading into next year, and a massive blow top for XRP, and the fact that this right now is a wave 3. If that is a wave 3, we're going to come up, we'll take out this high with no problem whatsoever, the verticalness here. Equally, the local high in 2021 right there, around about 197, and then the all-time high. This third wave should do that, okay? So it's possible, but at the minute, I'm just going to give the benefit of the doubt to my primary account because of the 35-day ABC, okay? So I'm looking at a very rinse repeat scenario that this is actually, you know, the sort of E-wave of a massive 5-wave correction, basically. And I've gone through this with you multiple times, but I'll show you on a weekly chart my primary account that I'm looking at. But so far, so good. Now, where's the resistance for XRP? So if we zoom in on the 4-hourly time frame, I did say to you there's a God candle on the 4-hourly time frame just there. If we take a look, if you drop a horizontal line in just there, you see that God candle just there, we broke down there without backtesting resistance. So that could be where XRP tops out. If we are in my primary account right now, we're not looking at some kind of vertical. This is where XRP could top out and then start to come in for some kind of consolidation in a range, some kind of correction, you know, hold support. Again, where would the support be? Well, again, it's really easy to identify. You've broken out of a God candle just there without backtesting it, and equally here. So you've got 2 levels of support that I would be definitely looking to buy back on if XRP has a major pullback in the crypto markets, and we're not potentially on the cusp of a vertical right now. If we run into this level here, 07603, which is this God candle breakout just on a 4-hourly time frame without backtesting resistance, and then we do begin to correct and consolidate in a range over the next week or so, build up a bit of momentum, making a series of high lows, then I think, you know, we're on the cusp of that breakout, and my primary count is absolutely knob on. The invalidation, obviously the bearish invalidation, is right now we turn around and dump and we lose a 20-week EMA, which is your bull market support. I think, you know, if ever we come in and we start to lose that, okay, that's your primary, that's your macro correction right there. At that point, we'll look at the support, we'll look at the technical targets for the macro correction. But at the minute, you know, I'm respecting that XRP is breaking out, you're pushing up the stairs. Unless we break this 0953 July high anytime soon without any level of consolidation, then I think my primary count exists right now, and I'll show you that primary count. And obviously it can be invalidated, but I think just respecting what we've done before, the 35-day ABC, the from left to right, the breakout, everything has been perfect to an absolute T so far to my primary count. This is why it's still my main primary count at the moment, okay, until it's not. And I think obviously I showed you my invalidation every day. The bearish invalidation is the fact that we lose that thick yellow line anytime soon, and you know, the bullish invalidation of the consolidation in the range right now, falling back to these levels of support where you've broken out in God candle 06248, minimal target right there, is basically breaking out a 09358, that local high in July. We take that out over the next few days leading into next week. Wow, you know, I'm wrong, my analysis is wrong, and we're in a monster third wave, and I'll show you that on a weekly chart right now. But we have got a God candle breakout just there, haven't we? So that's on the radar, that's where we could be heading to before any significant resistance kicks in for XRP, okay? So let's dive into the weekly time frame to show you those counts. So looking at XRP on a weekly time frame, my primary count right now is this, and obviously I want it to be invalidated because it means that XRP is about to take off into space, and it's really good. But right now, obviously, I've got to respect what it's doing before, and I think because of the 35-day ABC, we have got a little bit of a cheat code that this could be the primary count, okay? So obviously the invalidation in short term is coming up, taking out that high, taking out this white trend line, most importantly, busting a move above that 131, holding it as support. You know, at that point, wow, we're getting a breakout at this point, aren't we? You know, and then most importantly, taking out that pivot high as well, April 2021, and then the all-time high will be broken. I think if we start to see a poker head above that, you know, if we start to come up like this, consolidate in a range, and we took that at the high, then wow, you know, we're really taking off here, and my primary count is out the window. So at the minute, I'm going to show you my primary count at the moment for those that are new to the channel. Right here, we've got the A wave, we've got the B wave, this has been a C wave, right now you're in a D wave, and then you're going to have an E wave pullback before, you know, compression lead to expansion, 5-wave correction before the breakout. Now the alternative right now is obviously even more bullish, and obviously, as you're fully aware, there's no bias there. If we roll and we lose key level support, which is 20-week EMA, then that's my get out of crypto card for you right there, okay? But until that day comes, I'm going to respect the pump, basically. So I'm looking at some kind of consolidation in a range. If we're doing exactly what we've done before, we shouldn't be breaking that high anytime soon. But if we do start to go vertical here, we take out that high, okay, from July, and then we take out this resistance here, then this counts out the window. And I think that this is a massive move here for XRP, okay? So I'll go through this with you. So this is my primary count at the moment, simply because of what XR XRP's done off this low since way back when in January. We come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we've had this 35-day ABC pullback. Now that's the key to this count at the moment, because I think that what we've got is a very similar structure here. We had the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 35-day ABC at that point coming back down, and then we sort of consolidating the range, got our ass back above, making a lower high. Look at that, ascending triangle. Then we broke out to the white line. So I think if we start to see something like that over the next week or so, where we do start to pull back, consolidate in a range like this, and then, you know, don't break that high anytime soon, then I build up more confidence of the fact, okay, more long positions with your stop loss on the swing low, and then we're looking at a white line and the minimal. Okay, but until that day comes, there was always a possibility that we could absolutely go vertical here, and this particular count is out the window. Now the reason I'm favouring this count, obviously, like I said to you, I think the 35-day ABC could be the clue. Okay, and it could be the clue of exactly what we've done here. You know, it's exactly what we did here. You know, consolidating range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 35-day ABC, went under the water, came back above, and then boom, white line. So just there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 35-day ABC, under the water, consolidating the range, then boom, we're on that white line. If that is the case, and we expect some kind of significant ABC to come back to that, you know, which should be short-lived, because obviously you can clearly see the compression lead to expansion, the time frame's getting tighter. Like I said to you, at some point this could be one of the best opportunities on this channel, because if it is right, then you've got your big blow off top at that point. Okay, and we've got the massive ABCDE 5-wave correction before the blow off top. This is a possibility. This is what I'm looking at. The invalidation at the moment in the short term is XRP taking out that high anytime soon, going vertical without any consolidation here. You're no longer looking like that, and you are looking like this. Okay, so this is something I want to relay to you right now. So this count I'm going to show you was always my primary count, but I think as price action matured and what XRP's done here, you know, the primary count I've shown you is becoming a little bit more favourable. But again, anything can happen. If we do go vertical here, then obviously, you know, I'm wrong. That primary count is wrong, and my original count is correct, basically. So this was my original count for a very long time, as you've been with the channel would know. This was basically a wave 1. This is a massive wave 2 pullback. This was your big wave 3. This was your 4. Right now you're in a final phase, a massive blow off top that's been loading here. You know, you got subsets of waves within this last phase of a bull market here for a massive 5th wave, a big larger degree basically for XRP, in the sense that from this low in March 2020, this has been a massive wave 1 like this. This was a corrective wave 2, and right now this is the 3rd wave coming up. It should break this high, this resistance, this high, because that's what we see in 3rd waves, and then pull back, something like that. That's your big blow off top phase. So all of this is the wave 3 basically, and you've got subsets of waves within inside of that. So that was my primary count. I think in the short term, if we start to see XRP taking out that local high that it put in at 0.9327, the July high, and most importantly taking out this white line anytime soon, then I think, you know, kick back, relax. We're looking at a massive vertical here for XRP, and my primary count from many moons ago will start to come true. Now this particular count is not actually invalidated. Okay, I don't think either of them are invalidated at the moment, so it's set up for either one. The invalidation of them at this point for both of them is rolling from this point, losing this low without taking out this high. That's the invalidation of both counts, in my opinion. Okay, so at the moment, squeaky bum time, we are going vertical. If we do start to take out this high out, you know, without any level of consolidation here, then that original primary count is back on the table, and basically what we've got is something like what we did there. So if we do start to break out here, what I'm trying to say is, if we take out this local high on onto the edge of your seats, we should in theory break through that 131, then take this high out. So your next leg of resistance will be the all-time high, because you can clearly see on this big breakout, which is potentially where we are right now, then in theory what we should be doing is running into the previous high before consolidating, before breaking it. So again, the clues will be, if we start to go vertical, we should run into that, consolidate in a range, and then we continue. So that's the count basically. That's the big super bullish count. Which one do I favour more? My primary count, simply because of this clue in this action just there, which is identical to this at the moment, and not this. Do you see that? Because this was an ascending triangle, we consolidated in a range, then we broke out. We had an ascending triangle here, we already put the fake out, then come back into it. So in my opinion, we've got exactly what we've got there, the big ascending triangle, we broke out, fall back into it, so we've got another run towards that white line. So I'm a little bit more favourable on my primary count than the big super bullish count that I see everybody talking about. Okay, I hope you understand that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Back soon with another update on XRP. Bye bye.